Tonight we are learning about the first death from coronavirus outside Asia. It's an 80-year-old Chinese tourist who did test positive for the virus and now has died.
It comes as American passengers are being evacuated from a quarantine cruise ship in Japan. Here are the latest numbers. More than 69,000 people have been infected worldwide. Tonight, 1,669 deaths to be exact. That is including that tourist from France. KCAL 9's Greg Mills spoke with a passenger on the cruise ship that is being evacuated.
Spoke with a woman from Santa Clarita, so happy to be getting off the ship and heading home to the U.S., but her ordeal and her husband's ordeal far from over. The fun times on this cruise ship are a distant memory for this couple. Jerry Cerati Goldman and her husband Carl own KHTS Radio in Santa Clarita. They've detailed their big adventure on the station's website. Their big adventure? Due to coronavirus, they and hundreds of Americans are among more than 3,000 passengers and crew quarantined for 2 weeks in their cabins on a Diamond Princess cruise ship off the coast of Japan, doing their best in dealing with that.
We're just making it positive.
She spoke with us via FaceTime earlier and today spoke with me on the phone as she and her husband were packing up, finally preparing to leave the ship. She said 2 planes were going to carry the American passengers to Travis Air Force Base near Sacramento. Sacramento is home for Matthew Smith and his wife, who are thankful their cabin has a balcony.
Get a chance to enjoy it with the exception of wearing a mask.
He said for 2 weeks, the only interaction on the ship was with the crew members in protective gear dropping off food. Dozens of passengers have contracted coronavirus and are hospitalized. It's been traced to an infected passenger who came on board January 20th. Worry has been a constant companion for those already on board.
You know, just a stuffy sinus for a moment or a cough. You can't help but have that run through your mind.
Passengers have been tested daily. Jerry Goldman told me they'll be tested before leaving the ship and once again before getting aboard their U.S.-bound plane.
We've been issued thermometers, individual thermometers. We take our temperature a minimum of 3 times a day.
Jerry told me she wasn't certain if she and her husband would be staying at Travis Air Force Base or moving on to Texas. No matter where they end up, the Goldmans know they are in for another 2-week quarantine. In the Satellite Center, Greg Mills, KCAL 9 News.
As the coronavirus outbreak continues, officials here in Southern California trying to stop misinformation and discrimination toward the Chinese community. KCAL 9's Tom Waite explains.
As the coronavirus outbreak continues mostly abroad, here at home, Ventura County health officials held a meeting today to help contain misinformation, hysteria, and discrimination over the virus.
I came out because I see some xenophobia and I see some stigmatizing of the Chinese community, and it is wrong. It is totally inappropriate.
Ventura County Health Officer Dr. Robert Levin says some of the measures being taken locally and around the country are wrong and completely ineffective.
What I've seen and what I've heard is there's pressure to close schools down, especially Chinese schools. There have been pressure for excluding some Chinese kids from classes.
Members of the Conejo Chinese Cultural Association are echoing the concerns raised by Dr. Levin.
A lot of parents are kind of giving pressure to the principal to shut down Chinese school. So that's a big dispute right now. So that's another reason I want to be here, to hear from the public health department.
Under our association, we have the schools house about like 500 students, over 500 students. And people are worried if when they come in here, whether they're going to get coronavirus or not.
Dr. Levin says he hopes the vaccine for the coronavirus could be completed in the next 3 months and available to the public by the fall. In the newsroom, Tom Waite, KCAL 9 News.
A vigil today near UCLA in memory of the coronavirus whistleblower and other victims of the deadly virus. Dr. Li Wenliang first reported the mysterious pneumonia-like illness in his hospital on December 30th. He was then detained and accused by police of spreading rumors. On January 10th, he was infected and died less than a month later. This vigil is one of several events hosted by Chinese students and professionals worldwide to highlight what they're calling suppression of speech by the Chinese government. Stay with KCAL 9 News and KCAL9.com for continuing coverage of the coronavirus outbreak. You can get updates day and night on CBSN Los Angeles.